Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Today is a mystery yarn opening. I have never ordered from Aberdeen Wools. I've seen them, I've seen other people ordering and having great success. And if you've listened to the story, there were some health issues. I don't know all the details, it's not my business. But I do know health issues, and they had sales and all sorts of stuff, and it was help us. It was a community outreach. I don't know the details. I just know it was a community outreach, and I thought that's a great time for me to pick up more yarn. Well, it also coincided, with my birthday, August month, and I did not know my husband had purchased a bunch of Arcane Fiberworks yarn for me. I should have, but I didn't, right? So I put a large order in, and and the website did say 7 to 10 business days before they shipped it, and I waited, and I ordered this stuff a month ago, and I did wait. I contacted them and they apologized because I got some mystery boxes. I understand. My first time ever I bought an advent calendar. Everyone else having so much fun. I bought one. I know that won't ship until November, whatever day in November. It'll be November time period. Plenty of time for Christmas. Got it. So I knew that was going to be late, but I also ordered mystery bags. Yeah, I got mystery bags, right? And I wanted to open them. And I'm like, well, that can't be waiting till November. So they responded and they apologized and said, okay, we're packing up the crochet bags because they have knitting mystery bags and crochet mystery bags. And I got some of both. I do both. I got some of both because I was curious what's in them, for one thing. And the other one is, I know in different mystery bags of yarn that you can get, if you're just looking for the yarn and you don't care about the patterns or anything, generally you're going to get a higher end, smaller amount, but a higher end yarn for the knitting than you are in the crocheting. So I'm really curious. This is a trend that we've kind of noticed and seen. So I wanted to get both. I'm like, okay, that's fine. That was on a Wednesday, and by Friday I still hadn't got my tracking number. So I had to get in touch with them and said, hey, could I have the tracking number on this? Because it had been a while. And yes, that afternoon they gave me a tracking number because they still hadn't put it in the mail. So for customer service on that, I get that there's a lot of things going on, and I get that for health issues. I really, really do. I just didn't want it lasting so long that I had issues disputing for my PayPal because I paid for this and it wasn't cheap. And, and I don't want to flame them or anything. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm just telling you my personal experience. Everybody else seems to have had great experience. They have worked on, they opened up their first bag, loved it. I've watched some of those openings. I wanted that stuff too, right? And they're working on their second order and getting it in. And I'm over here going, I'm going to wait for my first order to get in before I place a second. I'm just waiting. So that's my personal experience. I think it's important and valuable that you hear both sides, right? If I had the great and wonderful glowing experience, then I would tell you the great, wonderful glowing. Customer service for me personally was lackluster. So many other people have had opposite. So go for it however you want to. I'm not trying to sway your opinion one way or the other. Let's see. I'm going to spread this out also because, it's taken so long to get here. Anyway, I bought multiple of the crochet and multiple of the knit bags. So I'm going to open those over a couple day period. But here we go. We've got, this is the K1 Knit One bag. And I have C1 crochet bag. They are different in feel. This one is a little bit larger stuffed. Doesn't really mean anything. Just telling you the way I see it. And I do think it's really neat the way that they do package their mystery bags. Some places you've seen where they've had different bags and boxes. And I know if you watch Crystal from Bag a Day Crochet, she said somewhere, you can't tell what bag is what because it's not separated, and she buys a lot of different bags and different price points, and it's kind of hard for her to know if she got her money's worth, her value worth and everything. And it's, she's showing that to all of us, so we decide, do we want to do that too? So props on that, man. I'm telling you, each one is individual. I didn't get to take a peek. I opened the box itself, that's it. But I didn't get to take a peek on what's inside of any of these. So props on that. I really appreciate that. You know, so really good as far as that goes. So I did get, like I said, the two, and I'm cheap. I know, yeah, I know. It's we all have our things, right? So many people are buying the pickle jars. Yes, that's right. Aberdeen Wool is where you get that. And these are micro mini skeins of yarn. And the pickle jar, it comes with, I think, 49 of the little skeins, and it has knitting needles in it, and you get the actual jar that it comes in. I'm like, okay, well, I'm cheap like that, and I don't need the needles and what have you. So I ordered the 25 pack, and it was, I think, $19, right? So there's 25 scraps. I mean, this is just fantastic marketing of scraps. Let's put it, let's just call it real, right? This is marketing scraps. And it's cool, right? And I'm the weirdo that doesn't know what to do with minis, because I'm like, how many skeins of fingering I need? I don't know, get 2. Well, that's 800 and some odd yards. And here I'm getting this with 24 yards. I'm a little crazy sometimes. But these are gorgeous. So I did end up getting multiple packs, and I will show them as they group together. So I got the 25 on that, so it's exciting. And I've seen people do sweaters with this. I mean, it's yarn, just attach it, right? You have a few ends, big deal. But that's really cool. And then look, we saw my scale. I didn't even think about this. Like, these are 6 grams, and here is there. So then I can tell what close to the gram it is. So that way, like we've talked about, if I'm not sure if I'll have enough to finish the next round of something, I'll be able to tell with my little micro scale. Goes to 1/100 of a gram. I'm a geek. Okay, it's crazy. So, oh, I haven't even felt the yarn. I just looked at it. I mean, it's pretty. It is pretty. You know, I'm going to give them that. That is really pretty. Look. Look at those. Those are adorable. And with them being so small like that, I know Erin from Crafting Kitty, she's actually bought the pickle jar, and she just pulls one of these little minis out of the jar each time, and she's making the cowl. You can knit a cowl, you can crochet a cowl, find any pattern you want to. It's just a couple rows of this, and you're changing colors, right? And with the cowl like that, I think it's a tube. They're doing a tube, so you don't really have to worry about the ends so much. Yeah, so pick your pattern wisely. But it's fantastic, and she just winds it up and lets it hang. I believe it's nothing really fancy because they're such small pieces, and you know, you're using one at a time, so it's not getting tangled. So I like that idea, and I like the idea of making a sweater with all of them. Now obviously I need more than just the bag of 25. Don't worry, I got more than a bag of 25. I'm just, you know, opening one set at a time. So I love that idea of the coat of many colors, and doing that with 6 grams each, you know, 24 yards with the minis. I grabbed my scissors, they're in my pocket. But doing that, I think, is spectacular, and I love all the colors. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really pleased with it. I think last year me wouldn't have done this, and that's only because minis confuse me. If I'm the person that's buying 2 full skeins of fingering weight yarn because I don't know what I want to do with it, and I don't know if I'm gonna have enough, you know, minis are weird, right? This is like little this is scraps. This is beautifully marketed scraps. You know, you're buying the stuff that didn't make it into the project, and I'm here for it. I mean, like, right? That's what we're doing. I just, that's fantastic. Enough blabbering. How about we open a bag? This is the knitting bag. Ooh, I want to open the crochet bag. Whoa. I'm going to open both of them, but which one do I want to open first? The heavy one or the light one? This one's a little heavier. I don't know. Okay, I'm opening the knitting one. I'm doing it. It's in my lap. I'm doing it. It's happening. I got scissors. All right. And I really do, like I said, I like the fact that each one is individually wrapped. And I think they use what they have on hand, because when Lori from the Armchair Chef was opening hers were wrapped with Christmas paper and stuff. And I just think that's fabulous. Use what you have. It's still a mystery. It's whatever day you're getting it, it's a Christmas present, right? Ooh, okay. Let's see. So their mystery bags come with patterns. So the assumption is with the knit, I would get knit patterns. The crochet, I would get crochet patterns. So I have the Miss Maple scarf. Look at that. So that is really pretty. I actually do like that. Okay, so I have the Miss Maple scarf, the kitty beanie. That's adorable. And this is by Sumine, and this one is by Suzanne S-VV. And I have another pattern, and I like this one. This is Free Breakfast by Emily Phillip. I think I might have to make that one. That is very much like the sweaters that I make for my husband. I like that thermal pattern. I think it's a wonderful classic pattern for either man or woman, but you know how men kind of like, they don't want all the funky crazy stuff that we like as women, right? They want it simple, classic. This is it right here. Works great for either man or woman, but I do like that pattern. And look at the yarn I got. This is Ella Rae. This is yarn store yarn type of a yarn. This is not the Hobby Lobby, Walmart, Joann Michaels. There's nothing wrong with those. I got enough of that stuff too. But this is your higher end, more expensive, and the fact that there's more than one ball in here. I mean, financial wise, money wise, if you like the yarn, I mean, you're getting your money's worth, no doubt. And that's just pulling one ball out. So this is Cash Merino Aran. I'm gonna make a hat. This is cool. This is 100 grams, 196 yards. So it is the Aran weight. What is the blend? We know that extra fine merino wool and cashmere. Okay, so 55% merino, 33% acrylic, 12% cashmere. Suggested knitting it using 7s to 9s for knitting, and crochet using a 5 to 6.5 millimeter hook. That is pretty. And look at this. I got 2 of those. That is amazing. This is really, really nice stuff. I just sent Lori from the Armchair Chef a hat, which is made with the wool and viscose, and it kind of scratches her head a little bit. So yeah, this still has wool, and I was thinking, oh, I could do a different one in trade, but you know, because it was a gift. I want it to be, you know, that she can wear all the time, right? And everything, not uncomfortable. All right, so what else is in here? I mean, there's more. That right there, cost-wise for these bags at $19, that's already a deal. And a Barocco vintage sock. Oh yeah, I'm loving it. I love it. I like this blue also. This is color 12134. That's helpful. Care instructions, machine wash cold, on delicate cycle, lie flat to dry. I like it. I would use this as cuffs and heels and what have you for socks, or you know, some of the socks and everything, and I've not done those as much, with twisted stitches on it and cables and stuff. You don't necessarily want the wild patterned socks yarns like I generally use. You would want something like this and let the stitches do the talking. Normally I do very, very plain stitches and I let the yarn do the talking. So it just depends on what you want to do. This is to the right person, no doubt. I'm thrilled with this. I like this a lot. I really do. I used some, I've got some over on the other side of the wall that is a blue. I have some knit picks with their super bright stuff. I had some of that. I like having some of the solids on because this year I've done more heels, toes, and cuffs. Previous years it's just all one color, but I'm doing that more and I think that's fabulous. So I do have that and I like it. And there's one more skein in here, Ultra Wool DK. That is stunning. So a good neutral color. This is 100 grams, 292 yards. It's a number 3 lightweight DK. It is 100% superwash wool made in Peru. This is totally worth it. This is price-wise absolutely totally worth it, with or without the patterns. And I like that one. I'm gonna make that. Yep, I'm gonna make that pattern. Yep, that's on my list. So very, very thrilled with this. It was worth the wait. It was, for me anyway. It really depends on what you like. And if you don't want the mystery, don't buy a mystery bag, because some of them are wonderful and some of them you're like, oh, so you're paying for the mystery. If you end up with something that is what you would consider a bonus, you know, like stuff that you like in a quantity you like and less money than you think you would spend elsewhere, that's a bonus. But that's not always the case. That, I think, was well worth it. I really, really do. All right, the crochet bag. So curious, what do we got different, right? Let's see. Got my handy dandy little scissors. My son and daughter-in-law were over and they're like, hey, do you have some scissors or something like that? And I pulled these out of my pocket and I was like, oh, okay, wow, you just carry them around with you? Yes, I do. It's like, no pocket knife, just some pocket scissors, huh? I'm like, all right, Mom, you go. Yeah, we're all our own version of geek. All right. So, wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to dig down to the pattern first. Yeah. This is cool. These are worth it. All right. So, I have here the Keychain Berry Kerchief Cowl by Premier. So that is the pattern that I got with this particular kit. And they pride themselves on actually coming with a kit. They give you a pattern and they give you yarn, and you can actually use the two together if you choose to. Just supply your needles or hooks, right? Needles for the knitting, hooks for the crocheting, right? So there's one pattern. And I got the Simple HDC Infinity Scarf using a size G hook by Shannon Hall. All right, so there is the second pattern that I got. And then the third one is another one. It's a head wrap and cowl by Premier. And there's the third pattern. All right. So let's dig into the yarn. Look at that. That is gorgeous. This is Ultra Alpaca Chunky. And the color is stunning. I use this exact same color, but I use the worsted weight version, but the exact same yarn for my husband's sweater that I think is going to go to our oldest son, because he really wants a sweater, and I'm already working on my husband's third and fourth sweater. I'm working on his third and fourth sweater. I know, it's crazy. So this is chunky weight. It's 100 grams, 131 yards, 50% superfine alpaca, 50% Peruvian wool. Gorgeous. What's the color name? Color number is 7277, dye lot 717633. This is wonderful stuff. Like I said, I made a full sweater in the worsted weight version. This is the chunky version. And I got 2 of them. That is awesome. So that, if you wanted to, I'm guessing that would be, you could do your head wrap and your cowl with that if you chose to. So the other stuff, let's see, I got Ella Ray in Pima Stripes. This is a cotton for a number 4, 100% Pima cotton, 100 grams, 184 yards. This is a nice cotton. Yeah, of course you can dishcloths and stuff like that with it, but you don't have to. This is nice. This one can be the garments and things like that. And it's interesting, 180, so less than 400 yards. The youngest granddaughter's 2. I wonder if I could, I think they'd probably be stretching it. But I was wondering if I could get just a shell or something like that for her, because that is gorgeous. Look at the colors. And it's really soft yarn. It's really nice. It's pretty, and it's soft yarn. You know, it's like, that doesn't have to be relegated to dishcloths and stuff. And it's cool because, you know, I got my Grinches right here, but this is my cotton bin, and it used to be really, really full, but I made a bunch of cotton dishcloth things and what have you. So I have a place for it. And I really do like the pinks and purples. That is nice. But that is not all I got. Look at this. Oh, I like that color. Barocco Comfort Sock. That is beautiful. So these are 100 grams. I'll read it. 50% superfine nylon, 50% superfine acrylic. Wears wonderfully. So this stuff, I've gone through 10 skeins of this, no kidding, 10 of the red, solid red, and I made a dress for myself years ago. I did do a video on that. So I've done that. I've done lots of kids' clothes with this. And you know, yes, I know it's a number 1. I know it's a sock yarn. You can use 4s and 5s. The yarn will handle it. It makes it airy, drapey. It's not tight like a sock, right? Because that's what you're going to use your 1s or 2s. I don't know. There's people who can get away with doing 2s on socks and they fit fine, but me, that's too big. But we're all different, right? That's why we do gauges that lie to us. There you go. So on this, I would go with the 4s. 4s comfortably, 5s depending on how tightly you knit. If you're really a tight knitter, if you're the one that can get away with doing 2s on your socks, do 5s on this. Just saying, you'll be happy. You'll get something gorgeous. You'll get a good drape. This color, I love it. This color is gorgeous. I've got 3 granddaughters, 2 grandsons, and this is screaming new shirt because they're all wanting new stuff, right? If you know anything about kids, you got to make them in groups of 5 because I got 5 grandkids. But I am not dissatisfied. I have paid full price for this countless times. I've got quite a bit of it in my stash, and I've used a lot of it. Like I said, I've never made a pair of socks with it, ever, ever, ever. I've gone through 10 skeins of the red making a dress for myself, crocheted. It was a crochet dress. And, you know, I've made knit outfits and tops and things like that for the grandkids. This stuff is amazing. For me, personally, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think the knit bag was better or the crochet bag? I mean, it just depends on what kind of yarn you like, right? So it was interesting to see. So let's see. And, you know, it's where'd the other one go? Did I drop the other one right here? I did. Okay, so here's I'm gonna hold them all up for you. So this is what I got in the crochet bag right here. And that's interesting because, you know, this is a hand-dyed, or not hand-dyed, but this right here, the Barocco Comfort, I think, they're all high-end as far as that goes. But for the crochet, I thought that was really interesting having the fingering weight here. I don't know. I think price-wise, cost-wise, I more than got my money's worth. I definitely more than got my money's worth. That was what I got in my crochet bag. Let's hold up the knitting bag. The crochet bag, I got 6 skeins, and the knitting bag, I got 4 skeins. I do have the wool cashmere blend with the crochet bag, or the knitting bag. I'm not upset with either one. I'm really not. To me, this is all usable for me. Even the chunky is used, and you know I'm not a big bulky chunky fan. It's just we have preferences, that's all. But I have friends who are, right? You know, so I could either keep it in my stash to match, you know, I could make a hat to match the whole sweater, right? But I've got plenty more of that exact color in worsted weight, or give that to a friend and everything. And you know, they give me yarn, I give them yarn, you know, because we share. So which one do you think was the better deal? They were both $19, right? This is Cashmerino Aran, and this is Superwash Wool, and this is a blend right here, right? Fantastic. I mean, I did amazing on all of them. Or Aberdeen's Wool, because I had nothing to do with it, right? I did not pick them out. So that is my first opening of Aberdeen Wool. And yes, I am very, very thrilled with the yarn. I really, really am. I am sorry that they had issues with the customer service. That was just my personal one. I will give them another chance and order again later on. I don't have to anytime soon because remember, I have the Advent coming. I do, my first time ever. I splurged and I bought an Advent calendar. So I'm really hoping that it is everything that I hope it is. But I mean, looking at this yarn, and this is Tangled Poets, and that's the yarn that's going to be in there, I don't think I'm going to be dissatisfied. I really don't. The yarn's going to be stunning. It really, really is. So, yay, there you go. Stay tuned for Aberdeen Wool Part 2 and Aberdeen Wool Part 3. With that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.